Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name's Em and I'm here to give you side hustle ideas that are super easy and accessible. In my last video, I spoke to you about mystery shopping and told you how you could pick up tasks in your local supermarkets and grocery stores that would earn you free products and also get you some extra money. In this video, I wanted to enlighten you as to how you could pick up small tasks at home, which means that you can get free products or even free takeaways from your sofa. You can do this via the app Roamler, which I introduced in my last video, but you can also do it via a really great website, which I'm going to tell you about later, and that has made me lots of money both pre-pandemic and during the pandemic. Make sure you watch on to the end because I'll be telling you about how I made over £250 in a 3-week period just making phone calls from my sofa. So let's get started. The first type of tasks I want to talk about are called online reviews tasks. I've already mentioned that my definition of mystery shopping spans way beyond just in-person shopping to also take into account mystery dining, but it also covers tasks where you can get free products straight to your home. Now, I absolutely love freebies. I'm not sure I know anybody who doesn't love getting something free, but I kind of used to think that you could only do this if you were an influencer. It turns out there are loads of ways to get free stuff. One way is to get cash back on products you buy in the supermarket and grocery stores, which I will talk about in my next video. But another way to do things is you order free products, you try them and write a report, and not only do you get reimbursed for the product you buy, but you also get paid a bit extra. Roamler is one app which offers these online reviews tasks. Now, I won't go back into all the things I told you about Roamler in the last video, but I will say that if you're looking for an invite code, I'll pin a comment below again if I have any to give out. I highly recommend getting started with Roamler if you're interested in doing these at-home online reviews tasks. These tasks tend to involve several steps and they tend to be about a specific product, whether that be a food product or a beauty product. So the first thing you do is you'll be given a screening survey on the Roamler app, and that's just to check you're the kind of person who would normally buy and use these products at home. Once you've been selected, you get given the instructions, and that will generally involve going onto a website such as Amazon, making an order and waiting for your delivery to arrive. Once your product arrives, you're asked to take a photo of it and then give it a try and write your review. Once you can prove you've written an honest online review by taking a screenshot or taking a photograph, you then send it off to Roamler and they will reimburse you for the product and also pay you a bit of extra cash on top. Now, the products these tend to be are generally in bulk rather than single products. So in the past, I've done online reviews for things like boxes of flapjacks or cereal bars, and these are whole boxes. They're normally worth about £5 to £15. It's really good if this is the kind of thing you tend to buy normally anyway. At the time I'm making this video, I can see that Roamler are offering 7 kilograms of free dog food, which would normally cost you £30 to £40, and they're paying you back for that. So obviously, if this is the kind of product that you tend to buy and use at home, I see this as an absolute win because you're getting good quality products delivered straight to your door with little effort and getting money for it too. So that's online reviews, another great asset of the Roamler app. I would say these don't come up particularly often, not half as often as mystery shop tasks, but they do come up, so it's worth regularly checking and keeping an eye out. If you do like doing these at-home review kinds of tasks and live in London or another large city, I'm now going to be telling you about how you can get yourself a free takeaway. This is something you can do on one of my old favourite mystery dining sites, which is called Market Force. Now, back in the good old days where you could go to a restaurant and get a meal, I got an absolute ton of free food from Market Force. So they tended to do assignments in pubs, so I got loads of free plates of scampi and chips. But they also offered assignments in some really nice Italian chain restaurants, so I signed up to tasks all the time. Anyway, despite the obvious limitations at the present times, Market Force are still offering assignments, and now they've moved to takeaways and food deliveries. To do this, you do have to sign up to the Market Force website, and for the sake of time, I won't take you through the whole process now. What I will say is that they do make you do a short grammar and spelling test. And they do this so they know that you can write a good and detailed report that companies can use for training and improvement processes. I can't disclose too much about the exact tasks that Market Force offers. They're called mystery shopping for a reason. However, I would absolutely recommend them if you love takeaway food, especially American food, because that seems to be what they're offering at the moment, and if you want to make yourself a bit of extra money. Market Force tasks normally involve reading through the documentation in full so you know exactly what you're signing up to, and then picking the day that you want to carry out your assignment. On the day of the assignment, you then go onto an online delivery website and make a purchase, place an order, and wait for it to arrive to your home. You kind of review the whole ordering process, but you also review the food when it comes to your house. You think about things like whether it's of a good temperature, whether it is up to scratch in terms of the taste, in terms of the look. You then write a report, send it off to Market Force, and you'll get reimbursed for your food as well as paid a bit extra. Market Force are likely to ask you to select a specific product as part of your order. I know when I did one of these recently, I was asked to select the smaller products as opposed to the normal size, which I was a bit dubious about. But when it arrived, I was not disappointed by the serving size, as you can see here. A few disclaimers quickly. It can take a few weeks to get paid back for the food items that you've bought, and it also takes quite a long time to fill in the survey itself. However, when you're getting a free takeaway, I feel like you can't really complain. Now, if the free products and food hasn't enticed you yet, I have another at-home side hustle which can make you some good money, and that's paid phone calls. Again, both Market Force and Roamler are offering these kind of tasks at the moment. With Market Force phone call tasks, they tend to involve making a recorded call to a company, telling them a pretend scenario, and then you'll normally get a quote from the company. When you're writing up this transaction, you'll need to think about things like what they were like to you on the phone, what they said to you, and what you were offered by the company. These tend to pay about £8 to £10. I'll be honest, I've never actually done one of these tasks with Market Force, although I do know people that have. I tend to look at the documentation and think what with having to record the call and get a quote and things like that, it looks a bit complicated. However, if you are tech savvy and have a few hours to pick up a bunch of these tasks, it sounds like really easy money to me. I'd love to hear if you do get involved with these paid phone call tasks, what it was like and whether the money was worth it, so please comment below. Phone call tasks can earn you a lot more than £10 though, which I discovered myself over Christmas. So I managed to get over my phone call related anxiety when Roamler offered me a really interesting assignment. Again, without breaching confidentiality, this involved me making hundreds of calls to companies in New York and asking them about a certain product. These were market research questions. They were asking them things like whether they stocked and sold a certain product to their clients and what would incentivize them to do this more. Now, although I wasn't directly selling anything on the calls, companies were a bit dubious about this, and so I didn't actually end up making very many successful calls where people wanted to answer my questions. However, I got paid for every single one, so I got paid from 50p to £2.50 for each call, and I think the longest one took me about 3 minutes, but most of them took me about 1 minute. Over the course of the 3-week period, and it was actually only about 5 hours a week that I was making phone calls, I made myself well over £250. And by my estimates, that's about £15 an hour just for sitting on my sofa and talking to nice American people. I'm sad to say these tasks don't come up on Roamler very often, but it's worth keeping an eye out because when they do, they are amazing. I really enjoyed the weekly payouts, and I was also quite excited to get on the top 5 Roamler users of the month. I guess that my main takeaway message from this video would be that by signing up to websites like Market Force and apps like Roamler, you are opening yourself up to tons more money-making opportunities and massively increasing your side hustle earning potential. This means that you can start making money not just from in-person mystery shopping, but also from your living room at home, which is great if you're feeling as lazy as I am at the moment. Remember, if you are looking for an invite code for Roamler, I'll pin a comment below if I've got any to give out. Please keep commenting more generally below, as I'm really loving hearing your feedback and hearing any suggestions that you have for the next videos. Now in my next video, I'm going to take the free products thing a bit further and start telling you how you can start earning cash back on the normal products that you buy in the supermarket and online. If you love free products as much as me, then make sure to check that out, and hopefully soon you'll be getting them every single time you go shopping. But until then, I wish you the best of luck with your side hustles and money making at home.